Hi guys, welcome back to the UK and Ireland tour. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have an SPFL Trust Trophy tie against Stranraer, and we follow it up with a league game against Cardiff Met Uni. Since you were last with us, we have remained unbeaten. We won 5-2 at home against Llandudno. We were 4-0 up at half time. They scored twice in the second half, and then we wrapped it up with a fifth goal. But since then, we've been a little bit hit and miss, if truth be told. The players got a little bit shirty with me because we hadn't strengthened in certain areas of the squad, and it was quite a compact squad to say the least. Um, as such, we've ended up selling Dominic Rogerson, our goalkeeper. We brought in a goalkeeper on loan with another keeper coming in on loan in January. And we've also signed a new left back on loan as well, because that was the position that the players wanted strengthening. So throughout all of that, we've only conceded one goal, funnily enough, but we've only won the one game by a goal to nil as well. So it's been a bit of a topsy-turvy time, but we're sat second in the league at the moment, just behind Barla Town. TNS, incidentally, have had a shocking start to the season. They're down in ninth place as it stands. So, we've got different challenges at the moment this season, but we are unbeaten in our opening 5 games, as are Barla Town, and hopefully we can go out there today and get a result against Cardiff Met Uni when it comes to that league game. I'm not too sure what to expect in relation to the game against Stranraer. I am hopeful, though, that we can make a good contribution to this cup competition. Danish Subani is coming in on loan from Doncaster at the start of January. He's only 17, which is why the move is currently delayed. But he's actually out of contract there at the end of the season, and he is a player I am looking at and quite interested in. So could be a signing that we make either for Britain Ferry or maybe even our next club, depending on what happens going forward. We tried loan deals for a couple of other keepers that didn't really work out, unfortunately, and that was that in the end. So there's the confirmation. Dominic Rogerson went for a free transfer to Flint Town. And there is a confirmation of our two loan signings. Jake Doherty, we brought him from Fleetwood on loan until the end of the season as our well, I was about to say backup left back, but he's actually better than Vincent, so he could actually play quite a good amount of time for us. And Lewis Lyons is coming on loan from Coventry as well. He's actually a Welsh under-19 goalkeeper. Um, he's not the best, but he's just as good as what we've got, if not slightly better. So hopefully he can come in and have a good start for us as well. We are rotating a little bit for this game against Stranraer. Like I say, I'm not too sure what to expect from the Scottish side. Lyons will make his debut in goal. King comes in at centre back with Doherty at left back. The midfield is as usual at the moment, with Taylor Clark still struggling for fitness, so Hamilton has certainly made a mainstay in that central midfield, with Ayaraha actually pushing up a little bit in that midfield three because Schwabe is a natural playmaker. Hines has been switching from the left and right hand side. Taylor and Blacker have had to rotate out for him just because he's one of the more favoured personnel at the club. He is getting some game time. And Oyatunde remains up front despite his lack of goals so far. And Kenny Coker has made a couple of substitute appearances, but he's not really been involved too much. In fact, to be fair, I think we'll give Kenny Coker an opportunity today. He is struggling a little bit fitness-wise, but obviously we do have Oyatunde there on the bench. And Lewis Lyons will start in goal today. We'll see just if he's got any kind of quality. I mean, he's a 6'4" goalkeeper. He's certainly got a big frame about him, so hopefully he can come in and do a good job for us. And it's our debut in this competition as well. I'm not entirely sure what you have to do to qualify for this competition, but ourselves and TNS are in this cup, so could be an interesting one. Let's see how we do. I did have a quick look at the Stranraer squad. It is quite a small squad that they have as well. And in relation to quality, they have one or two standout players, but I think overall we might just edge it in terms of quality in the side. But in relation to actual professionalism, in terms of regularity of how well we play, I'm not entirely sure how it'll compare, but that is a very good start nonetheless. Kenny Coker, 6 minutes in, has opened the scoring. Excellent start from our point of view. Well worked on this left-hand side. Ayaraha into Schwabe, straight into the centre for Hamilton. And Doherty with a nice little pass through on his weaker foot, and Kenny Coker finishing quite comfortably. Luckily, McNeil wasn't quite aware enough to make the save. And it was a very well-timed run from Kenny Coker as well. Doherty finding him well. And it is 1-0, our first attempt at goal. And we get a goal from it. It's very positive. Williamson here with a free kick for Stranraer. Looks to whip it in toward that far post. Lang is there. We do win the initial header, but it's not a convincing clearance. And now Williamson back to Lang, who strikes it from distance. Lines flat for a little bit, but it was always looking off target. And it remains 1-0 and lines out to Isaac Smith, who has settled in quite well in at centre-back, if truth be told. King largely has played holding midfield for us. It's actually his first appearance for us at centre-back. We've not actually brought him on at centre-back either, so opportunity for him today as well. And he just holds on to possession here and lays it in to Schwabe. Lays it forward to Josh Hines. It's a good bit of play down that right-hand side. Ayaraha with the strike from distance, and he goes over. He's not a particularly high-quality goal scorer, Ayaraha, but he's certainly looking a lot more lively than the likes of Hereford did last season. So potential that he could really develop into something in that central midfield role. Williamson charging out, trying to beat Schwabe to the ball, but Schwabe did really well once again to get there. And now Doherty, the loney left back, into Smith, and now Prescott in central midfield area there, strangely. Blacker plays it across to Josh Hines, and it's actually hit the post in the end. I don't know if the keeper touched it onto it. Gervin manages to make the clearance, but we are certainly dominating proceedings here. It's a very good showing from our lads so far, and hopefully it will be set to continue. Stranraer with just the one attempt at goal, nothing on target so far. Of course, we did see that in that highlight. But in terms of chance creation, we are dominating, as I mentioned, and a lot of possession as well. Like I said, I don't really know how we fare up against a number of these Scottish teams, but the fact that there's a cup competition with a bit of a crossover is quite interesting, to be honest. It will certainly see what kind of level we're going to be getting this Britain Ferry side at. And Stranraer currently in Scottish League One, and we are not only competitive, we're very much better than them, if truth be told. It is only 1-0, but in terms of, like I say, the way the game's going, we are very much the better side. There are some very good teams in this competition, though, likes of Dundee United. I've noticed there Inverness and Kilmarnock. Very decent Scottish sides, to be fair. Former Premier League teams. As Blacker gets in here, and it's well blocked by the defender. He's fallen for Harley Hamilton, and he's put it over. I mean, he could have squared it, if truth be told. He did have the support in the penalty area. Hibernian aren't in the competition, but their reserves are. Likewise for Celtic. Celtic's B team are in this competition, although they are currently 2-0 down away against Forfar. We're struggling a little bit in terms of fitness with one or two players, so we are going to have to make a couple of changes here. Daniel Malone's going to get an opportunity in that midfield. He's not seen too much game time so far for us this season, so it is a big chance for him. We'll get Charlie Tasker on as well for Isaac Smith, and we'll also bring on... Ooh, that was a mistake nearly. We'll also get Liam Vincent on as well for Jake Doherty. It's largely around the defence, funnily enough, that's struggling a little bit fitness-wise today. Kenny Coker, of course, with the goal today. Josh Hines has had a poor game. So we'll give Harvey Woods a bit of a game time. Oh, we can only make 3 subs. Okay, we can only make 3 subs in this competition then in that case. So the 3 subs have now been made. Strengthening in terms of fitness in the defence. See how it goes from there. Hines trying to get in there, and it's ended up with Kenny Coker somehow, and he's fired it into the top corner. A second goal of the day for him, and a bit of a scrappy goal in terms of the build-up. I mean, Prescott with a nice pass into Josh Hines there, but Fleming with a challenge, Gervin with a challenge, and it somehow still fell for Kenny Coker, and he fires it past McNeil, the keeper, and he did actually get a touch on it, but the sheer power of the strike took it in. So we're going to make those 3 changes, the holding midfield role and at the back. Bit of rotation involved, obviously, and hopefully we can just see this this cup tie out. It's been a very good performance against a Scottish League One side, and obviously we'll have to take stock as we go along, but I'm certainly taking the positives on it. A cup tie win is still a cup tie win, regardless of the circumstances. Coker here into Hamilton, coming down through the centre. He's got support, finds Prescott, and he's just pulled up there. I don't think there was any injury. He just seemed to stopped what he was doing, which was a bit of a strange one. Hamilton now into Malone. We do recycle possession very, very well here, and Blacker now coming down this left-hand side. Beats his man with ease, plays it in, and Kenny Coker has scored a hat-trick. It's his first start of the season, to be fair. Oyatunde has had a pretty reasonable start. He scored in the opening 2 games, hasn't done a lot since, but this is a very good statement from Kenny Coker. I mean, he scored 20-odd goals for us last year. It's a bit harsh on him, if truth be told, that he's not managing to break into the side regularly at the moment, but he's certainly given me something to think about. Vincent hit into Ayaraha, back into Vincent, now Tasker, into King. Lofts it over the top, and Kenny Coker is there again with a header, and it's 4 for him now. We're definitely going to have something to think about, aren't we? That is for sure. 4 goals now for our so-called backup striker. Oyatunde, of course, like I say, has started pretty well for us overall, but Coker with 4 goals here. I mean, again, I did mention I don't know completely how much difference in quality there are between these two sides in terms of ourselves and Stranraer, but look at the chances we're creating. We are very much a better team than they are, and it certainly showed today. But the quality of finishing from Kenny Coker is what's made the difference. Despite all the attempts at goal, he is the man that is doing the damage, and that is a very good win here. A 4-0 win in this cup tie. Kenny Coker with all 4 goals. And we're back to scoring multiple goals in the game, which is quite nice to see. Taylor Clark is now back into full training, which is ideal. And, I mean, a 4-0 win. Can't fault it at all. I mean, Queen's Park won the competition last year. They're in the Championship, Scottish Championship. Dundee United are also in the Scottish Championship. They won it the previous year, and I know that Dundee United have got some quality players in their side. So there's certainly going to be tougher tests than Stranraer, that is for sure, as we go forward. But I'm taking it. I'm not going to knock them down too much. It was a very good result from our point of view. SPFL Trust Court. Okay, so it's straight into the quarter-final draw, it would appear. The quarter-final draw is going to be made now. So we'll have a look at the draw. And we'll see what happens. Montrose against Alloa. So we've been drawn against Cove Rangers, also of Scottish League One. By the looks of it, they have got by the looks of it, they've got 1 or 2 players that are better. In terms of their history, finished second in their league last year, but they've not really done an awful lot in the last couple of seasons. So it could be an interesting one. They've got a couple of quite decent players in there, and I feel that they might be a bit of a sterner test than Stranraer were. But we'll certainly take it. But it is a little bit strange that they've said that this is a quarter-final. Oh, I see. So the draw for the quarter-finals made today as well. And we will play Montrose or Alloa, who are also in the Scottish League One. So by the looks of it, I mean, the Scottish Championship team's in there. So we're avoiding the so-called bigger teams right the way through at the moment. I'm not complaining. That is for sure. So we've got a game against Scottish League One side Cove Rangers with the potential of that tie to come. In terms of the schedule going forward, the game against Cove Rangers is in and around when the Welsh Cup game should be. So obviously we've got the game against Cardiff Met Uni coming up next. I'm not going to focus too much on the league this time round because of how much we destroyed teams last year. I don't want you guys to get bored of just seeing us walk over teams left, right, and centre. So for the next episode, we'll be coming back for that Welsh Cup tie potentially with the SPFL Trust game. Obviously, today we need to get this second half of the episode on the go. It's a few days to go until that game against Cardiff Met Uni, so bear with me. We'll come back for that one, and hopefully we can continue our unbeaten start to the campaign. Okay, guys, here we go for the game against Cardiff Met Uni. They're down in 5th place at the moment. We're 3 points ahead of them. I feel that we should be more than capable of getting past them. We've done it to all of the sides in this league, um, apart from largely TNS and Penabon. Like I say, but Penabon have had a shocking start to the campaign as well. So, um, yeah, I'm not too sure how this season's going to go at the moment. We need to maintain doing what we're doing. We've got off to a good start, and we just need to build on it really and keep the pressure on the other teams. We've had to do a bit of a switch around with one or two players in terms of the amount of game time that they're expecting. Ferdinand, sorry, the goalkeeper, we've dropped him down, and likewise, club favourite Josh Hines, we've dropped him down as well. They're not happy about it, but it is what it is, and it's something that we need to do. We need to manage their expectations because there's no way that we can promise them that they're going to be a star player when they're not really going to be getting into the side. They'll be on the bench more often than not, but yeah, it will be a bit of a struggle in general. Hopefully, it's not caused too many issues in terms of the squad. We remain unbeaten in all competitions, apart from obviously the European exit at the very start of the campaign. Um, but yeah, let's see how we do today. Price here winning possession, and Green manages to find Julif, and Smith completely missed it. And what a save from Lyons. Julif almost beat him there, and Lyons managed to just tip it past the post. But a defensive error there from Isaac Smith, not ideal from the former Manchester City youngster, as Price swings it in and Taylor comfortably clears. And Smith is actually the man who's picking it up and charging away with it. He's not got an awful lot of support, and Collins launches it back forward, but it remains 0-0. Bit of a shaky start from our point of view. TNS have just scored 3 goals in the opening 9 minutes. 3 goals in 4 of those 9 minutes, incidentally. Here is Kerry Evans into Taylor. Now Taylor Clark into Earaha. Plays it over the top, looking for Taylor. Can he get to it? Yes, he can. He just keeps it in. Lays it into Prescott. Plays it across the penalty area, and Blacker is there with the header. And Blacker scores his 6th goal of the season. Our inside forwards, to be fair to them, I mean, Blacker and Taylor, both of them, new signings. They've settled in instantly. 10 goals already between the two of them. And the one that I'm a little bit concerned about, because we're throwing a decent amount of money at him, is Oyatunde. He doesn't seem to be quite getting in the right positions in terms of goals in the last few games. As I mentioned before, he started off quite brightly, but he has seemed to have struggled since then. And Collins there with a header at the far post after a pretty good delivery from, I think it was Al Jahadmi, and lines beaten. And we concede once again. It's a little bit of a strange start to the season from our point of view. That's a great effort with the free kick and a very good claim, to be fair, from Mazage in goal. Yeah, going forward, we certainly are a very dangerous side, but again at the back, we just seem to leak occasionally silly goals. I mean, it was a great ball into the penalty area that they scored from, but I'm talking in general here. We do seem to just struggle to tie things up a little bit at times, which is a bit of a strange situation to be in. But Taylor is in, and that's a great save from Asage again. And a wasted opportunity that time. Blacker with a nice pass through. Taylor should have scored. Earaha with the delivery to the far post, and again, very confident goalkeeping from Asage. And at the moment, we're dropping down to 3rd in the league. And Taylor again with a good free kick, but this time it's just over the crossbar. Of course, he hit the woodwork with his previous attempt. We're going to offer a bit of encouragement to the lads. It's not been a poor performance, but we just need to pick it up a little bit. Taylor again with a free kick, and again just over. He's certainly not afraid to have a go, but he seems to be wasting these opportunities so far. It's not ideal, but you know, we're not going to complain too much at the moment. But at 1-0 here, we certainly expected more. Tell lads that we're not happy with the performance. We need to tighten it, to just turn the screw a little bit, really pick it up. And Blacker in the penalty area has been actually brought down there by the looks of things from Bradbury. And it's a very soft penalty. And not too sure who is taking it. It's going to be Earaha with the penalty. And Earaha converts the penalty. So apparently he's our Next up, penalty taker. To be fair, since making the new signings, I haven't actually had a look at our penalty takers, and I probably should do. Eraha, not the best finisher in the squad by any stretch of the imagination, but he did well with that one, and we take the lead. Eraha here with a free kick just moments later, swings it in looking for Oyatunde. It manages to get cleared. Isaac Smith, though, picks it up. Chance to get it across the penalty area. Taylor Clark back to Smith, and Taylor Clark, and that is a great block from the defender. I think they said it was Finley Armstrong who got himself in the way. And Taylor now with the corner swings it in toward that far post. Blacker was there and it's cleared away in the end. But it comes for Oyatunde. I mean, why Oyatunde is there is beyond me. Taylor Clark plays a 1-2 with him. Kerry Evans holding on to possession. And it ends there. But we've certainly started the second half very brightly. It's just a case of maintaining and seeing if we can push on a little bit. It would be quite nice. Hollywell, one of the promoted sides, are winning 3-1 away at Penabon. And Barry, the other promoted side, 4-2 down, unfortunately, against TNS. We're just going to pause there for a moment. We're just about to start a highlight, though. Ayaraha is going to come off for Harley Hamilton. Billy Blacker has had a decent game today. Hines can come on for him. Schwabe is struggling a little bit. King can come on. And Vincent can come on for Doherty, who's just struggling a little. I mean, Doherty's not had a good game today, really. 6.4 rating for him. Alfred Prescott's out on his feet, but Charlie Tasker, for some reason, isn't on the bench. We've got plenty of attacking talent on there, but not so much defensively for a change. Here's Taylor swinging it into the far post. Blacker is there. It's easily cleared away. Oyatunde picking it up and playing it in to Prescott. And it's space on that left-hand side if we can work it over there, and Schwabe does work it out there. Taylor lays it back to Ayaraha, and now Taylor again, and that is a fantastic team goal. Bradley Taylor, to be fair, he's kept going, he's kept making the attempts, especially with the free kicks and stuff as well. He's deserved the goal really today, and now he has one. Really well worked from this right-hand side. Schwabe switching the play, a 1-2 between Taylor and Ayaraha. And to be fair play to him. Ayaraha has had a pretty good game in central midfield today as well. Obviously, his goal was the penalty, but he's still done the job today. Very well done. And we make the substitutions now. Bit of fresh legs on there. Prescott's going to have to see the game out, unfortunately. Obviously, unfortunately, we had to force him to do it in the previous match as well. But hopefully, he'll be all right. And we've got one or two options still that we can make use of, but I think we'll probably just let things lie in these last few minutes. And the ball gets whipped into the penalty area. And Goma only as far as Oyatunde, and Josh Hines is there with the headed goal. There's no offside there. It was a great delivery, to be fair, from Oyatunde. And again, little contributions like that are more than enough for me. Oyatunde playing a part in a goal is better than nothing, even though he's not necessarily in the right place. Him and Hines should be in the opposite areas, really, if truth be told there. But we'll certainly take it. 4-1. And it's ended up being a comfortable victory in the end. But obviously at half-time, it did look a bit dicey, didn't it? And obviously, we know we've got the quality. We just need to get into that rhythm again. Taylor Clark holding on to possession, has support ahead of him, finds Oyatunde, and I think he might have just been offside, Oyatunde, but it doesn't look like it's going to be given as such. And he's back on the score sheet as well. Excellent stuff in the end. Taylor Clark, I mean, Oyatunde made a couple of runs there, but Taylor Clark timed his pass really well. And I feel for the keeper, to be fair. Osage had a really good first half, and he's just fallen short. He's just level Oyatunde. His left leg really nearly put him offside if it didn't. Ngoma into Price, straight from kick-off. Cardiff Met Uni just trying to save a little bit of face here, but Vincent intercepts superbly and finds Oyatunde, lofts it out wide. Hines into Hamilton, back to Hines, and Hamilton, and Oyatunde. I mean, what a move that was. Quick passing, quick movement, excellent football there. Harley Hamilton with the delivery. Kerry Evans into Prescott, and it's a good save again from Asake. And in the end, it could have been a very embarrassing defeat for Cardiff Met Uni, but all of a sudden, again, we seem to have switched ourselves on again. Juliev coming down the right-hand side, he's just got to get it clear, and he hasn't. But that's full time. And in the end, like I say, it was a very comfortable victory, but a lot of work done in that last 20 minutes. And obviously, the 2 goals right at the very end of the game, it didn't flatter us, really. I'd say we deserved the victory anyway, looking at the overall match statistics. They did create a few chances, 72% possession we had, though. And in the end, our quality did shine through, and we managed to get the goals that we deserved. Incidentally, that's actually put us back to the top of the league. Barlowtown lost away to Newtown, who have had a reasonable start themselves, to be fair, this season. Well, to be fair, quite a few of the teams have had good starts. Connors Key, Colwyn Bay, Cairnharf and Newtown all on 10 points. TNS on 8 points at the moment. They're only 6 points behind, and they've closed bigger gaps to us in the past, as we're well aware. Penabon, 1 point from their opening 6 matches, and they finished very nearly in the top 3 last year. So, bit of a shock from their point of view. And Hollywell, the promoted side, sat in 3rd at the moment. Fair play to them as well. So, as I previously mentioned, we will crack on through quite a few of these matches. The SPFL Trust game against Cove Rangers will be back for, and we'll see what happens in relation to the scheduling of the Welsh Cup as well, because there's games either side on Wednesdays anyway at that point. So we'll see how it all works out, but we'll definitely be back for that cup tie. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.